victims would become participants and become enemies themselves.
Which is why your idea that it has to be one way or another or not both doesn't really work. Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown. I am back with another episode of Death Note. This is episode 32 called Selection. The information says star newscaster Kiyomi Takada becomes Kira's spokesperson to the world. Maybe we'll get to meet a little more of this person. Find out a little more, at least, of what Kira wants us to know. Alright, so let's get started with the episode. It is weird having so many of the people off the show now are dead in the introduction still. Very disturbing how quickly he seemed to get over his dad. Was that girl that was at the beginning of one of the episodes, a couple episodes back, in the wheelchair, was that his sister? Because I had made the comment that, was it his mom? But then when I looked at her again, it looked like it might have been his sister.
I don't think his sister is in a wheelchair, although I don't remember. I remember the person in a wheelchair. I don't remember anything about them. Right. I just remember that someone was in a wheelchair.
And I don't remember her getting hurt in that kidnapping, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it was the mom. But I don't know.
Compared to the average Japanese person, Teru had been through and seen far worse, even witnessed death.
There is only good and evil. One of the first universal truths I grasped. Every human being, without exception, ends up falling into one category or the other.
Right. Very black and white.
Evil has to be confronted.
Thank you, Teru.
Hearing those words of gratitude from the victims made me want to save them again and again. That was only true in the world of children. Or I confronted evil. The person who understood my hopes and remained my ally was my mother. Rather, it used to be my mother.
There's no reason for you to suffer so much for your beliefs. You have to realize that some things will never change.
My mother was wrong. She was one of those who deserved to be deleted. That was when the miracle happened. 4 of the worst delinquents from my school lost control of their car while they were joyriding. One bystander was killed. My mother. All the people I resented had been deleted. Wouldn't everyone in my class be happier now that they were gone?
I highly doubt that.
Our classroom became a peaceful, joyful place.
Usually, even when really awful people die in a classroom, some of the students are going to be very distraught about it.
I think he more means just overall, will there be less pain, like once that trauma is dealt with, for the majority of the beginning trauma.
The closer they grew to adulthood, the less likely it was that they would ever reform. They could only be deleted. Mysteriously, every time I judged someone, they would soon be taken care of. Was it coincidence? Someone must take it upon themselves to punish evil. That's why I became a prosecutor. To see that evil is brought to justice. It was an ideal job. God had seen how I did not surrender to evil. He reached out his hand and punished the evil people for me. I started to frequent places where God was bound to be watching. And then it happened. God recognized me, as I had always hoped. Found me worthy of sharing his power to eliminate evil. Delete.
I'm wondering why all these people that end up becoming Kira have these weird rooms with like a single desk, completely like dark and gloomy for them to write names at. It's like a big monitor. It's very weird.
I just find it fascinating that they're coming up with these ideas about how they can judge these people as being worth killing or whatever, and aren't seeing themselves in that same judgment. Like, if you presented them a case of somebody else doing the same thing, are they going to feel that they're justified in doing the same thing? Or are they going to say, no, this person is evil too?
He's chosen a new spokesperson to take Demigawa's place.
Kiyomi Takeda.
This is Kiyomi Takeda from News 6.
Boy,
It will be my duty to spread the word of Kira. as
Kira's
part of
got
the
good
session.
taste.
Every-
the word of Kira.
I
The
am
girl
not
that
going
Light
to
dated in university.
It won't take them long to find the connection between us. No, on second thought.
Yeah, they've already located the connection.
But this could actually make things easier. But I'll have to find a way to contact her soon. She was a shrewd and fair host for the most part. Her attitude changed subtly when Kira's name was mentioned. She hates crimes and social evils with a passion. She clearly supports Kira, but it's more than that. She thinks like Kira.
Not surprising that he would have seemed to already have had some sort of relationship with her, whether it was attraction or not. If they were similar thinkers, might have got along fairly well with each other.
She and I were actually dating.
So he admits it.
She must be receiving orders from him. She worships Kira. We might be able to use that to our advantage. I'll reveal that I've joined the police and ask her what we can do to help Kira. It'll sound like a good idea.
Do you think that'll go over well?
I'm not entirely sure.
It'd be foolish for us to pass up a lead like this.
I'll call her tonight.
I'd like to listen in on your conversation with Miss Takeda.
Of course.
They don't seem to be showing a lot of Nier this episode.
Yeah.
They did at the beginning, but that was it.
This is Light Yagami.
Light? It's been a while.
Kiyomi. Could we meet somewhere? I have a favor to ask you.
A favor?
I know my timing is pretty bad. I mean,
Don't play innocent and humble with me, Light. You wouldn't have called if you didn't think it was possible to see me.
I wanted to talk to you again, and now it looks like our jobs have brought us together.
What do you mean, our jobs?
I'm working with the police now.
All right. I may be able to help you.
I'll book a hotel room for us.
A hotel room? I heard you were still living with Miss Amane. Are things not going too well on the home front?
Misa's just not intelligent enough to be my partner.
God. He's such an asshole.
That you're doing everything for me, but it's been 5 days now.
Right.
Light doesn't know about you hanging around all the time, does he? I know that Light trusts me totally, but don't you think most people would start saying I'm cheating on him?
Told me that this woman's supposed to be the second Kira. But could it really be this unbelievably stupid girl?
Ay,
This is the 9 o'clock news. I have an announcement that comes directly from Kira to become the new law of the world. He will also not forgive those who live wasteful.
So Kira's gonna kill lazy people now?
Taking this too far, Mikami.
there you go. Always the biggest problem with trying to be judge, jury, and executioner. Who's making those decisions as to who is unworthy, who is worthy, and what kind of freaking perspective do they have to make those decisions? And I think for almost anyone, it's almost always gonna go wrong in some way or another at some point.
It doesn't seem like that long since we last saw each other.
What the hell is Light doing? If he just stays silent, she'll get suspicious. Don't tell me you've never been in love before, E-Day. The mood's perfect.
Not what I meant.
It's perfect.
She just said it's Kira.
Yes, we're alone.
If luck is on my side, I can get on the phone myself.
He wanted to meet me all of a sudden.
Requests a private meeting with Kira's spokesperson. I'd like to speak with him if I may.
He said that he wants to speak to you.
Perfect. 5 pages on November 26th?
You're God.
You're not free to speak right now.
How can I trust you're the real Kira?
Turn to Sakura TV. Quick, let's check it out.
No matter what it might take.
He's removing the bugs?
We don't have a choice.
I don't understand.
I am the real Kira. That's what I wanted to tell you. I won't allow you to ask Kiyomi who I am. You don't need to know my identity. I'll leave the rest to you, God. The man who was on the phone
is one of my followers who I've shared my power with.
I can't believe it's you. You were the only man I ever really admired. The only man I ever felt a connection with. It's incredible.
Join me, Kiyomi, and you will be the goddess of the new world.
Oh, Light.
Light, are you okay? Yeah,
And he's like, my other admirer will think I'm cheating
I'm gonna
and
pretend to be dating her.
won't know anything about the freaking notebook, and he can just dispose of her.
Delete, 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 delete.
Oh my goodness. I would say that was crazy, but so many episodes have been crazy. What do you think? No thoughts, head empty. Okay, so was Kiyomi the girl or the guy?
I think
Kiyomi Takada becomes the spokesperson.
Yeah, I think the girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
So Kiyomi and Mikami, they sound kind of the same. Like if it was Kiyami Mikami, it would just be switching the sounds around a little bit. Okay, so Kiyomi is the girl and Mikami is the guy. Well, that is all I've got for you this week. I will see you next week. Bye. I'll see you when I see you. And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.